Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I got another Power Rangers Dino Charge review for you today. We got more 5-inch figures. I finally got the villain figures. We have Fury and the foot soldiers, the Vivix. So these are the two figures. The packaging looks great. I love the Dino Charge packaging. Definitely really stands out. So they kind of kept similar packaging here. And so you got your Dino Charge logo, the Red Ranger up top and everything. But now we got villain Fury and a little image of Fury right there. And the figure, which looks great. I'm so excited to take him out of the packaging and see what he's like. But definitely looks pretty awesome. And then here's, obviously there's the scanner app, but there's no Dino Chargers in here to scan. And the back tells you all these figures in the assortment. So you have your 5 Rangers, which I've already done a review of. You have your Fury and Vivix, as well as a Dino Charge Megazord figure, which as of the recording of this review has not been released yet. But when it does release, I will get it. So here's your little bio for Fury. So you can pause the video and read that, but you got an image of Fury right there, which looks pretty cool. And then we have the Vivix, the foot soldiers, so those definitely look interesting as well. Really odd design, but pretty cool looking figure. You got your image right there of Vivix. And so yeah, you can pause the video and read the little description right there. But there's the image of the Vivix right there, the foot soldiers, and they can combine to form Vivizords apparently. So, alright, so without further ado, let's get these guys open and take a look. Alright, I got Fury and the Vivix out of the packaging, and they look pretty awesome. I'm already pretty happy about these. So first up, let's take a look at the Vivix figure here. Very interesting design for sure, but lots of detail. I'm already pretty impressed with some of the detail on it. My one little gripe is I don't know if this is how all of the figures are. I haven't really seen many to compare. But you see how like there's like gray paint or something that's in all these lines? It almost looks like on the body here it's all faded off. I don't know if that's just my figure or if that's how all of them are. That is something a little disappointing. I did honestly consider buying multiple Vivix and having an army of Vivixes, I guess. Vivixes, is that plural or is Vivix plural? I don't know. But so if I do find out that this is not how it's supposed to be and it's actually supposed to be all filled out, then I might buy another Vivix, at least 1 or 2 more, and kind of build out an army. Otherwise, if this is how it's supposed to be, if I see other figures that are just like this, I'll leave it as is. But regardless, the parts that are kind of painted out definitely look pretty interesting. I mean, there's all sorts of, you know, intricate little designs and stuff, especially on the back. You can see like all sorts of crazy designs. So really cool looking, just the amount of detail on this guy. Really interesting. And then you have that little gold symbol right there. You got little faces on the in the middle, so that's interesting. There's the helmet. So, or not the helmet, but the face rather. I don't know where his eyes or if he even has eyes are, but that's that, I guess. And then the green hair right here. From the back, he looks like he could be like a rock star or something, like a rocker. But and then you turn around and you're like, ah! It's like a nightmare. It's like, you know, you go to a rock concert and you're dreaming about going to like you're seeing your favorite rock band in concert, and they turn around and then you scream and you wake up in terror. That's kind of what I imagined. I'm really weird like that. But anyways, you can tilt the head that much, but then the crazy rocker hair kind of gets in the way. It does tilt upwards and downwards slightly, so that's kind of neat. Pretty standard articulation for the arms and legs there for 5-inch figures. Bends there. This rotates around. The legs move forward and back about that much. You can do the splits there, bend at the elbow. This part does not rotate around though, so that's one slight difference because the actual Rangers have boots and that part rotates. But in this case, it turns slightly, which is actually kind of neat, but it does not fully like rotate around because this thing in the way, it's gonna like break, so you don't want to mess with that. But yeah, still, you got plenty of articulation that you can do with this guy, so that's definitely pretty interesting. No weapons that he came with, so that's also slightly disappointing. I can't really remember much in the show from what I watched of Kyoryuger, how much or what weapons this guy even had or didn't have, so I can't really say how the foot soldiers are, but he didn't come with anything, so if you're looking for some accessories, that's kind of one area where he's a bit lacking, but overall, kind of neat. I do like the little spikes that go around the arms and the legs. It definitely adds some more texture to it, makes it look more interesting down the sides there as well. So that's pretty neat for sure. So yeah, all in all, it's an okay figure. I kind of like it. But the real standout villain figure here is Fury. This guy is pretty awesome looking. So here's his little sword right here. You know, nothing too fancy, nothing too special, but it's pretty decent size, so that's pretty cool. But as far as, if I just take this out real quick, I mean, just the detail on this guy is pretty cool. You look at his face sculpt is, you know, okay, it's pretty decent, I guess. But the front, like his whole design here is where it really gets interesting. So they have some nice, you know, gold paint they use there. This part here really looks like it's like a cloth material, but it's actually not. It's plastic, but it just it's like a lighter plastic that can kind of bend and stuff. But it looks like it's like a cloth material, and that actually makes it look really cool. But it's actually not, so it's a little deceiving. But it works, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, just some nice detail all around. There's a lot of intricate little pieces involved in this guy, like even down to back down here. Even the leg part right here, like there's a lot of pieces to this guy, to his little design, and I think it looks pretty interesting. In terms of articulation, this guy's actually got a decent amount of articulation, so his head does rotate around completely, his arms do as well, and they can fold up about that much, you know, so he can do that. He can bend at the elbow slightly, actually a decent amount. It's just, you just have to have it at the right angle, because if it's tilted like this, it won't bend. So you gotta have it bend like that. So there's that. This part here, it rotates around as well, so you can, you know, rotate that, which is pretty nice. Now, because of this little piece here, the leg articulation is slightly hindered, but since it's bendy, you still get a decent amount. I mean, it still really goes forward the same amount. Backwards is where it's slightly hindered a little bit, but you can still bend at the knee there. And the foot as well has got separate little articulation and swivels a little bit too. And it looks pretty cool down there too. So all in all, you know, decent articulation, looks, you know, pretty decent. So the villain designs, you know, get very intricate sometimes, and you wonder how the toy is going to turn out, and they actually look pretty cool most of the time. I'm always pretty impressed with the villain figures. Just for comparison as well, I will grab some of the other villain figures here. So here is, from Super Mega Force, the X-Borg. So in comparing the two, I think the Vivix definitely beats out in terms of how the figure looks. The X-Borg just looks a little too plain for my liking. So I think the Vivix looks cooler than that. And then you have Prince of a Car. So just for comparison with these two. And both are great. I like both figures. But you just get an idea of, like, these villain figures, just how intricate and complex they are. So Bandai really has done a great job of these villain figures for sure. I mean, they really go all out with them, because they're definitely quite different than your Ranger figures for sure, because they don't have all these complicated parts on the Power Rangers. So props to Bandai on that. And then the only other villain figure I have for the 5-inch line is Lord Zed from the Legacy line. So in comparison, Lord Zed just kind of looks more bland in a way. But, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, that is the figure right there. Pretty cool. So who knows if we're going to get more villain figures. I hope we get one of Sledge, who I think is like the main villain in Dino Charge. And I hope we get more villain figures. That would be pretty cool. So we'll wait and see what happens. But for now, these are your two villain figures, so definitely check it out. I found these on my local Toys R Us, and I'm sure they'll be popping up elsewhere soon as well. So definitely keep an eye out for them, and I recommend them for sure. So definitely check it out. So thanks for watching, everybody, and see you guys later. Thank you all so much for watching. Please check out theworldofha.com. I'll have giveaways for these wristbands and lots more coming up soon as well. Lots more reviews on the way. This is just the beginning. Dino Charge is just getting started, so lots more stuff on the way. Here's a quick little comparison of all the Dino Charge 5-inch figures. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like us on Facebook, The World of Ha. Links in the description box below. Check out theworldofha.com. Please subscribe, share the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much, and have a charged up day.